Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson we're learning how to play a traditional folk song called Land of the Silver Birch. If you've been watching my lessons from the start, you may remember learning a song called Silver Birch Tree in a past lesson. This time it's Land of the Silver Birch, another beautiful song, which I think you'll love. Let's listen to it now. Here's our sheet music for Land of the Silver Birch. Let's go through our checklist for a new piece. We're in treble clef. And then what's our key signature? We have 1 sharp. On the ladder of fifths, that tells us we're in the key of G major or possibly E minor. We'll figure that out in a second. We're in 4/4 time signature, so 4 quarter note beats per measure. Now, it's time to figure out, are we in the key of G major or E minor? Our clues to figuring that out are looking at the first and last note of the piece, or the first and last chord of the piece. Taking a look at that, what key would you say we're in? Because we begin and end on an E, and we have an E minor chord, that combined with the 1 sharp key signature tells us that we are in the key of E minor. Now you probably noticed that this piece is written in lead sheet style, meaning we just have the melody notated with chord symbols up above. Today we'll learn how to play the melody, and in a later lesson we'll add accompaniment using the chord symbols. Before we learn to play the melody though, I'd like to review the rhythm together. Can you count the beat out loud while we tap the rhythm of this first line? I'll count 4 beats to get us ready, and then we'll start. Remember, when you have 2/8 notes, we have to fit 2 sounds inside that 1 beat. Let's try to count the beat while we tap the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's try it again and go back and use our old ta and tt words. Can you say ta and tt with me as we say or tap the rhythm on your lap or any flat surface? Just tap the rhythm while we say ta and tt. Go. Ta, tt, tt, ta, ta, tt, ta, ta. Good job. Now, let's scan this next line. We've got quarter notes and 1/8 notes. That should be no problem, right? But here, this is a rhythm we haven't seen for a while. You might remember this from songs like Canoe Song had this rhythm. Ti-ta, ti-too. Let's say that together. Remember, the flag makes this an 1/8 note. An 1/8 note usually is beamed together with another 1/8 note in pairs like this. But every once in a while, we have an 1/8 note all by itself. And here we have a quarter note in between 2 flagged 1/8 notes. Ti-ta, ti-too. Let's say that rhythm together. Go. Ti-ta, ti-too. If we were counting the beat, this would be beat 1. This would be the second half of beat 1, which we call and, 1 and. But a quarter note needs a full beat. And right now it only has half of the beat. So we also give it beat 2. And then this eighth note gets the and of beat 2. So if we were counting and tapping, it would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's try that together. So we tap here on 1, then here on the and of 1, and then here on the and of 3. Let's try saying it together and tapping. Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And rhythm words, it's ti-ta, ti-tu. Now let's go on to line 3 and say rhythm words for line 3. First scan ahead. We've got quarter notes, eighth notes, quarter note, and then here's that ti-ta, ti-ti-ti-ta. You ready for that rhythm there? Ready? Let's say the rhythm words, ta and ti-ti, as we tap the rhythm. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ti-ti, ti-ti-ta, ti-ta, ti-ti-ti-ta. Good. Now here's another rhythm we haven't seen for a while. It's a ti-tiki. Remember, this extra beam makes these two notes 16th notes, which go twice as fast as eighth notes. So this rhythm would sound like this. Ti-tiki-ti-ti, ti-tiki-ti-ti, ti-tiki-ti-ti-tu. Say it with me. Ready, go. Ti-tiki-ti-ti, ti-tiki-ti-ti, ti-tiki-ti-ti-tu. Good job. Let's learn how to play it. All right, taking a look at the first note and the finger number up above it, can you tell me where we should put our hand, or just show me on your piano where you should start with your right hand? You see that finger 1, and that is on treble E, just a little bit above middle C. So this is where our hand will go. Now, I'd like you to figure out on your own how to play the first two measures. Be sure to watch the rhythms, watch the notes, and watch the finger numbers. There's going to be a finger number coming along in measure 2. You probably already see it. That may not be what you expect, but it's to get you ready for some notes that are coming on the next line. So be sure to follow the finger numbers. It may not be what you expect. That's my hint to you. Press pause and figure out how to play measures 1 and 2 on your own. Then press play and we'll try it together. Here's what you should have figured out for measures 1 and 2. Now, did you notice that finger 3 has to play that B? We have ta, ti, 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 ta, up a fifth, back down a fifth. Then finger 3 comes up to that B, so our finger 5 can reach that high E that's coming in measure 3. Okay? Now, if you need a little extra work on measures 1 and 2, press pause to give yourself time. Otherwise, let's keep going. Will you try it with me now? Let's play measures 1 and 2 together. I'll count 4 beats to get us ready. And then let's say or quietly whisper the rhythm words as you play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ti, 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 ta. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. And make sure on those last 2 tas you're using a finger 3. Now, look at the next measure and you'll see that finger 5 has to reach a little bit up to this high E. Step down, step up, step down, then skip down, and then skip down again. Our finger 1's just going to have to reach over to G. Okay, notice that? Ta, ti, 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 ta. Now you try. Good, and the words there are, where's still the mighty moose? Now you try again. Good, and after moose, our fingers are going to slide down to snug up next to our finger 1, so we can do wanders at will. Now you try. So wanders at will starts with finger 2 on A, ti, ta, ti, tu. You try again. Good. Now let's listen to all of that from the beginning. Ta, ti, 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 ta. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Ta, ti, 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 ta. Ti, ta, ti, tu. Now press pause and work on the first 4 measures on your own. Try it a few times until you're really confident, and then press play to go on. Okay, after wonders at will, then we come back up to that E. Tell me what measure this matches. Measure 5 matches measure 3. Okay, we just learned this. And then this time it's a little different. Here we switch to a finger 3 on A, and that's to be ready for these notes here, which go all the way down. Ti, ta, ti, 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 ta. Now, I'd like you on your own to practice measures 5 and 6, starting with finger 5 on this high E. Be sure to watch the notes and the rhythms and the finger numbers carefully. You've got a lot you're keeping track of as a pianist. Start with finger 5 on that high E, press pause and work on measures 5 and 6 on your own, then press play to go on. Good, and then we're into the last 2 measures. This hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, ha. Remember those rhythms? T, ticky, T, 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 ticky, T, 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 ticky, T, T, two. Now you try. Good, let's try it together and say the rhythm words while you play. T, ticky, T, T. Ready, go. T, ticky, T, 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 ticky, T, 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 ticky, T, T, two. Great. Now, let's listen to the whole thing put together. You can try playing along with me, or you can just listen this once. Here we go. Silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return once more. Hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya-ya, hi-ya, ha. Now it's your turn. Press pause and try playing the entire song from start to finish, and then press play to go on. Great work learning how to play The Melody of Land of the Silver Birch. Happy practicing, and see you next time. Hey, did you guys know that you can sing Land of the Silver Birch as a round? Oh, let's try it. Yeah, sounds fun. Okay, but we'll need one more singer. Perfect! Frog, will you sing along with us? Croak. I believe that's Frog for sure, I'd love to sing with you. Oh, great. Let's do it then. I'll start, then you, Princess, then Chef, then Frog. Got it. Land of the silver birch, home of the beaver, where still the mighty moose wanders at will. Blue lake and rocky shore, I will return once more. Where still the mighty moose wanders at will. hi-ya, 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 hi.